What's up, everybody? Thanks for joining the Glad Sword channel, the best sword channel here on YouTube. And today we're going to talk about the Chucky series. It's already been renewed for a second season. The finale just wrapped up yesterday. And today we're going to talk about 5 reasons why every horror fan has to watch the series, and why every horror fan will love this series when they see it. Let's get started. First of all, going into this series, I had mixed expectations, because when you take a character as beloved as Chucky, that's been around as long as they have, and take them from the big screen to the small screen, it can come across kind of iffy, you know. So I didn't want to go in with high expectations, but I also, because it's the character and because everyone involved is a big fan of the series, I knew we had something strong on our hand, or there was a potential for something strong on our hands. And I'll tell you right now, I was completely blown away, and my expectations were far exceeded with this series. Here are 5 reasons why, if you are a horror fan, this is a series for you. And if you have seen it, you will know exactly these are the reasons why we love it. Let's get started. Number 5, the characters. So the thing about the characters is, now it's a great mix of current characters thrown in with previous callbacks, characters throughout the lore of the Child's Play / Chucky series. Jake Wheeler, Devin, and Alexi are the 3 main characters that it centers around. And to see, especially Alexi, when she first came on screen, was very, very hated. Her character was not likable at all, and she had an arc, a character development as time goes on. Jake and Devin had their own unique way of their own character development as well, but it wasn't as glaring as Lexi's. Then you bring in Andy and Kyle, who were in previous installments of the Chucky series, and they bring relevancy to what's happening and bring a more of a serious tone, because I can tell you right now, the movie's tone is a little lighthearted, and it kind of flip-flops from lighthearted to serious. But Andy and Kyle make Chucky in a kind of a Sam Loomis way, build Chucky up to be this overall badass. So that's my number 5. Coming in at number 4, the music. Now, I told you guys in length time and time again that I'm a huge fan of using music right with certain scenes. Whoever is in charge of making the music for Chucky, they are doing a phenomenal job, because it brings you into that scene more often than not. I'll talk about one particular scene further as we go down this line, but one of my favorite kills in the entire first season had a song I had never heard of that now I play on repeat when I'm in my car driving, because it just sets the mood, and it all built itself up very, very well. Whoever is in charge of the music is doing a great job, and that's another reason, if you are a horror fan, why you will absolutely love this. Coming in at number 3, horror movie callbacks. Now, Don Mancini is not just a horror director. He's a fan of the horror genre, and you can tell that in this series, because there's a scene where Devin is watching Cape Fear. They had a trailer or TV spot for this very series before it started that was a direct representation and mirrored the Magic trailer. Magic, coming out, I think it came out in 1978, starring Burgess Meredith and Anthony Hopkins, where Anthony Hopkins was a ventriloquist, and his dummy kind of took over his mind in a way. So they used a lot of parallels, and there was also a kill in this series that was a direct another mirror to that movie Magic, where there was a kill using magic that they did the exact same style of kill with this. And just the attention to detail and just little things here and there that they show, that they put in, that Don Mancini puts into this this TV series that calls back to other horror. If you're a horror fan, that's another reason why you would love it. Coming in at number 2, Chucky is actually a villain. And that's, I know that says, okay, of course he's a villain, but hear me out here. If you've watched the entire series, and you've gone from Child's Play 1 up to this TV series, and you've seen every movie in between, Chucky came on very, very strong in part 1. Part 2, I think, was the best mix of his one-liners and his horror. 3 Bride and Seed got more and more comical. Got to the point where Chucky almost suffered from what Freddy suffered from in the later installments of Nightmare, where he became a parody of himself. When Curse came out, it made him scary again, and then Cult kind of followed along. And in this TV series, even though he is killing people, he is still very heavy with the jokes, with the one-liners, and it can almost lull you into a sense of false security, thinking, okay, he is going to be more of a joking version of himself. Not at all. As soon as you start to think that, he does something that just like, wow, absolutely heinous, absolutely, fits him as a horror villain. So that's my number 2. Pardon the interruption. We'll get right back to the video in a second. Before I get there, since you are a fan of horror, if you are a fan of reading, I have a book for you. It is called Fearthegladds, the same book of the same title of this YouTube channel. So you can get that from fearthegladds.com. Also, this channel is going to be everything horror if you're new here. So if you're your first time checking this channel out, definitely leave a like and subscribe to this channel. And right back to our video. Coming in number 1, of course, it's the kills. Now, before I go into this, if you have not seen season 1 yet, now is your time to end the video. Again, like and subscribe, but end the video here and move on, because I'm going to get it's going to be some spoilers ahead. Alright, so I'll give you a couple seconds. Subscribe. Okay, cool. So, now I'm going on to what my thought is. So, these kills not only were some of the best in the Child's Play series, they're some of the best in all of horror. One sticks out as the best kill by far of the entire season 1. Junior's mother, Bree, her kill is the best kill of the entire season 1. Here's why. At the very beginning of the season, she had a secret. I thought, and I'm sure a lot of you thought, or a lot of other people thought, that she was cheating on her husband. We come to find out as the series goes on that she had cancer and didn't know how to tell her family. The episode prior, she's talking to her therapist, and she's like, the therapist is like, you need to tell them, it'll be a weight off your shoulder, and they'll be here, they'll be here to support you, and it'll be a good thing for you. Next episode comes, and she tells her husband, and she tells Junior. And to show the family rally behind her, the first time we actually showed true emotion from the husband was in that scene. We could tell then he legitimately cared for her. Now, her and Junior, ever since Jake had moved in, their relationship had gotten a little tense. Once she said that, they had a moment where they showed each other love. He showed the love for her, and even wanted to go with her to her next appointment, to her next therapy appointment. So she takes her to the therapy appointment. In the car before she walks in, he's asking what they talk about. She's saying, my favorite subject is you. I love talking about you and things like that. They give a hug, nice embrace, and everything is perfect. When she goes in to see the therapist is telling her, she's like, I made a decision. I'm going to refuse treatment because I'm now in control of my life, and I want to enjoy it with my family to the best of my ability, and whatever happens. The therapist talks her out of it. She's like, no, I'm very certain about this. We never know what's around the corner, and I feel finally to be in control of myself and in control of my life, and I want to keep that. Right after that, here comes Chucky, not caring about any of that. And this is when they play a song called Trampoline that I have never heard before this scene. The lyrics, in conjunction with what's happening on the screen, just make it more engrossing and make it more intense. And the fact that when he pushed her out of the window, she lands face first through the windshield of the car in front of her son. And it just, that's what I was talking about, how it makes Chucky a villain, because some of the people that he had killed previously, you can kind of understand why. This one was completely innocent, not just innocent, but an innocent individual that was going through a very tough situation that a lot of people have dealt with, will deal with, are dealing with in their lives. And just the fact that he came and was like, I don't care about any of that. And it was just one of the strongest villain moves and one of the strongest kills when you take all that into the account. Anyways, guys, that's my video. What did you think? What were some of your favorite things about this series if you've seen it? If you haven't seen it, I'm sorry. I gave you a warning that this last part will be a spoiler. Anyway, thank you for joining me for this whole video. I'll see you guys next time.